How did I come up with the idea? I don't really know. One day I was here in my house, and the idea of writing the story of someone's life in variations, parallel lives, hit me. It came to me. I don't know why or how. I've never been able to trace the origin of an idea for a book. One minute there's nothing there, and the next minute something is there. And I've never been able to trace that moment where, nothing becomes something. There it was. But I'll tell you, I was very excited by this idea. It grabbed hold of me. I wrote it in a kind of fever, I have to say. I felt that I was dancing and spinning, and there was a kind of urgency to what I was doing that was extraordinary. The book is not an autobiographical book by any means, but there's an event inside it that do correspond to something that happened to me personally when I was 14 years old. It was when I was at a summer camp, and a group of boys, about 20 of us, went into the woods for a hike, and we got caught in a terrible electric storm. And trying to get away from the lightning, we tried to get into an open field, a clearing. We found one, but in order to get into the clearing, we had to crawl under a barbed wire fence. And so we went single file, one by one, under the fence. There was a boy directly in front of me. I mean, so close that his feet were maybe this far from my head. As he was going under the fence, lightning struck, and he was killed instantly. And I think that was the most crucial thing that I've ever experienced, to see a boy killed in an instant. And it's something that's haunted me all my life. And this book, I think, comes out of that experience. So it's something I've been carrying around with me ever since I was 14. There have been other life-changing moments. I think the accident of meeting my wife, Siri Hustvedt, is probably the most important. And that was purely by accident. I often think, what would have happened to me if we hadn't met that way? How different my whole life would have been. This is not to say that chance rules everything. And we do have free will, we do have freedom to choose, make decisions, and we do have rigid obligations and necessities that we have to adhere to. But we must always, I think, to be honest about what life is, understand and accept that the unexpected is always part of the fabric of reality. Then I start thinking, because I've been meditating on this question about what's autobiographical in a novel and what isn't. Well, clearly everything comes out of your imagination, which is inspired by your own experiences. But for example, if you have a character smoke a cigarette in a novel, and you yourself have smoked 10,000 cigarettes in your life, is that autobiographical or not? The truth of the matter is about fiction. Even when you put so-called real events inside a novel, they become fictive. They become part of the fiction. So, but I think it would be a misinterpretation of the book to see it as some kind of shadow autobiography. It's not. It's not at all.